This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, this is the Ramble, and I'm Alex, and we'll be here until midnight tonight. In a pensive pose, looking like he's thinking, there's my old friend Steve Kravitz. Hello, Steven.
Hey, Alex.
How you doing?
Hello, people.
We were having a little trouble getting his audio going, but now it's going. So
Yeah, now it's working. We fixed it and we don't know how.
it may have been a problem on my side. I may have had the wrong slider up. Oh, God.
Yeah. Let's blame you.
Let's blame me. It's my fault.
Absolutely.
Hey,
World War II is your
I'm
fault.
an old man, okay? What am I going to do about it, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, I may have had the wrong thing up here, but we hear you now.
So it was on your end.
I think it was on your end, too, but I think because I had both of these open at one point and we weren't getting sound, but nobody wants to know how we make the stew. They just want to eat it. So let's talk. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Yeah, what's the weather like up there in
Worcester, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts?
It's cold. It's sunny, but it's cold.
Yeah. It's cold here too. What is it? 36 degrees.
Right.
Yeah. And I got to go out in a little bit and do some shopping. Did anybody win the lottery last night?
No.
Oh, okay, then I'll have to buy a lottery ticket.
Oh, yeah?
You don't buy, Marjorie says to me, well, let's get 5 lottery tickets. Let's get 10 lottery tickets. And I go, if you only get one, you're not really improving your chances that much. Think about it.
It's like 1 out of 130 million or something like that?
No, 300 million, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. What would you do if you won $1 billion? Well, it's billion plus now. It'd probably go up to like $1.4 billion, something like that.
Last I checked, it was like $1.3 billion.
$1.3 billion. What would you do with $1.3 billion?
I take the cash.
No.
I take the...
Oh, yeah, you take the cash payout. Because that
right, what's that, like 500,000? It's 500 million?
No, it's 500 million. It may be more, 750 million, something like that. But I think that pays your taxes on it, right?
Right.
Yeah. And you just take it all at once. Because,
Right.
I want you to pay it out over 40 years.
Right.
Come on. I want it now so I can go spend it on things. So what would you buy?
I'd buy a house in L.A. or Malibu.
Well, how big a house?
Big enough.
Well, Malibu, nice property.
Right. But I have the money.
Yeah, you have the money, but what would you, see, here's my way of thinking about it. Let's say I get a payout of 700 million. All right, if I spend 2 million on that on a house, I still got 5 million left.
You got more than that left.
Yeah. So, it's if I spent 200 million on a house, I'd still have 500 million left. So It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I often dreamed if I won that? What I'd try and do is buy this apartment house.
The whole building?
The whole building, yeah.
How many units is that?
I think it's 100 units.
And what would you do with it? What would you do with 100 units?
I would fix it up. How much could this building cost? Maybe 200 million, let's say. I think they'd be happy to get 200 million for it.
You're talking like you got the money.
No, and I'd still have 500 million left, so I can fix the place up. All right.
Okay.
Like there were.
You bought it, you fixed it up. Now what do you do with it?
There are 4 elevator shafts in this building that aren't being used.
Why not?
They just stopped using them years ago. They out the back of our apartment is a landing, and there's a door there. I said to the super once when we were out there, I said, I understand there used to be other elevators here, and he pointed, and sure enough, there was the door. There was the opening for an elevator. So I put in those elevators. They were service elevators, but I put them back in, so people had 2 ways to get down to the main floor. Yeah.
What would you do with all the people that are living there now?
If you are under a certain amount of income, I wouldn't charge you rent.
Okay.
Be my guess. Although I don't know, if you own a building and you have people in it, do you have to charge them rent, or can you say gratis?
No, you don't have to charge them rent.
Yeah.
You still have to pay taxes on all of it.
Yes, that's right. But I've got 500 million left. I mean, I got, and at my age, that's fuck you money.
Right.
I
Right.
just I don't know. I would like to do something nice for the people in this building. I'd like to give some of them, let them be in here for rent free.
Okay, now you got 500 million left. What are you going to do with that?
Hookers.
Hookers.
Yeah. Well, I guess. What else am I going to do with it? I'm trying to think. Well, I would do some traveling. That's for damn sure. In my maybe private jet, I still will have 400 million left.
Okay.
Get my private jet, go fly into all places around the world.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and not have to wait to go through TSA or anything like that at the airport.
Right.
Maybe
buy a yacht.
I don't know if I'd want a yacht. Would you want a yacht?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Why not?
Okay, then.
While I'm dreaming.
How much would a yacht cost me?
I don't know. I haven't been pricing them lately.
Let's say it's another 100 million. Let's just say I get a really nice yacht, 100 million. Okay. I still got 400 million left. Okay, let's go. I mean, it's so much money that, especially at my age, it doesn't really matter. I can spend it on wax lips if I want to. I mean,
you could.
Yeah,
you could spend it on whatever you want.
Yeah. What would you? Why don't you buy a comedy club? Nah, that's a losing proposition.
Right.
But you could make movies starring you.
Well, there you go.
See. That's what I do with part of my money. I would give $50 million to you to make a movie starring you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, really, I would. Why not? I got, how long am I going to live? Have fun, Steve. And then everybody will say, oh, this is the movie the guy paid him money out of his winnings to make. Okay? So you get a lot of publicity on that. So if you made that movie, what would the movie be? Do you know?
I think it'd be called Winning.
Winning, okay. But I'm thinking about, what kind of plot, what kind of movie would you make? I just gave you $50 million to make a movie.
I have no idea. A comedy of some sort.
Okay, yeah. Have you ever thought about it?
No.
Okay.
I did write a screenplay once.
You did write a screenplay? What was it about?
It's about 2 guys who are kind of down on their luck, and they try to get involved in a disaster to become famous.
Oh, okay.
It was called Based on a Really True Story.
Oh, good idea. Good idea. I wrote a screenplay myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I was, remember that there was a time I was out of work at Live 105, Live 105,
Okay.
and I had nothing to do except cocaine. And I started doing cocaine, and I wrote this whole screenplay, wow, in 2 weeks on cocaine. Yeah.
Did it make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was called, what was it called? Shock movie or shock radio. Shock radio. And it was just about this guy who goes in and takes over this radio station, and I can't even remember the script anymore. I know I have it somewhere.
Oh, you still have a copy of
A
it?
friend of mine kept a copy and gave it to me, and what did I do with that? What did I do with a copy of it? But anyway, it wasn't terrible, you know. It wasn't horrible. In fact, wait a minute, did I ever have somebody who was gonna? I had an agent down in Hollywood who was passing it around for a while. Yeah. So
Really?
Yeah. But that was it for me in writing screenplays, because I really can't afford the coke anymore. You know. No, it wasn't a bad script. I mean, you know, it was. I had a parody of I remember I did a parody of Scarface. Remember that scene where he's being interrogated by the police? He says, "How'd you get that scar? Eating pussy?"
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah. How'd you get that scar? And then Pacino says, "I got it eating pussy." And my thing in the joke in the picture was, "How'd you get that scar?" And somebody went, "Oh God, what was it? It was eating pussy, only it was a real cat. It was like a tiger or something. I can't remember. Forget it. I can't even remember stuff I wrote. Okay, that's how old I'm getting."
Oh, come on now.
You know, I look back over my life, and it's like this big, long movie. And I can't believe it's gone that long. I can't remember the periods of time in my life that I went through. I can't remember. You know, I had my childhood, and then, you know, and I look at it, it's just this big, long tunnel trailing in the past to me. And it's very.
And you remember a lot of it?
Oh yeah, I remember a lot of it. I put a lot of it in. I did a thing called, and it's still up on the site, called Life in the Passing Lane, which was an audio biography. And every week I would do another chapter, and by the time I was through, there were 60 chapters of half-hour episodes. So if you want to listen to them, folks, start binging. And I did my whole life. And I don't know if I could do that right now, because my memory isn't what it was when I did them. And sometimes, you know what I would have to do occasionally? I would have to call up Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, to tell me what happened in my life. When did I do this? When did I do that? You know, because he remembers that stuff.
Oh, yeah, he remembers everything.
You know, I can say, you know, he remembers when so-and-so was on a show. Oh, yeah, that was a Monday, January 5th. What?
Right.
You know.
He's like Rain Man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would go to him for my life and say, you know, tell me about it. Tell me what happened then. And he remembers. You know, he definitely remembers.
When's the last time you talked to Bubbles?
Last week. You know, I do him every 2 weeks like I do you. And
how's he doing?
He's doing fine. You know, he's Bubbles. Bubbles is, I feel he's kind of like a cockroach. Okay, that after the planet has been completely decimated, there will still be Bubbles. You know, he will be the last man standing. You know, I mean, he complains he's got to get a hernia operation. Next week I have to do him a day early, because the next day he's supposed to get a hernia operation. But he's kept calling off this hernia operation for the last 5 years.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Because to begin with, the hernia operation is no easy operation.
No.
You know, it takes you about 3 or 4 weeks to recover.
Right. It's painful.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, I had a doctor looked at me and said, "Oh, you know you have a hernia." And I said, "Yeah, what do we do about it?" He says, "Nothing unless it's bothering you."
Right.
You know, because in the old days they'd immediately go in and fix it up and everything, but why do it? It's too much trouble.
Right.
If it's not bothering you, then don't worry about it. You know.
And the recovery's brutal, like we said.
I don't know if it's brutal, but it's certainly not easy. You know. I don't know if they cut into you like they used to. I think they do it like laparoscopically or something, and you know, it's an easier operation, but still not that easy.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever. So how are this is what we do when we're older people, folks. So how are your health problems?
My health problems. I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Yeah.
You had the teeth, but you got those taken care of. Are you used to them now?
Kinda. Some days yes, some days no.
Someday when you make a lot of money, when you get that $1 billion,
right?
Just have them put in implants in there.
Right.
You know.
Apparently, though, you have to buy a ticket.
Oh, you have to buy a ticket? Well, I'll go downstairs and buy a few. Just if I win, I'll pay to have your teeth done. Okay. Okay.
So you got a deal.
Yeah, yeah, and then we'll buy a movie studio, and then we'll you know, it's interesting, but a lot of these businesses won't be here in another 10 years. The networks, certain networks, NBC is thinking of stopping its network broadcasting.
Oh, is that right?
And going completely to the internet and streaming news shows there. In other words, having an NBC, you know, they have Peacock. Okay?
Right.
So a lot of them are considering, they're saying, you know, people aren't watching TV off the air right now anyway. Most people watch it off the cable. And once they got the cable, they have internet service. And once you have internet service, why not just supply them NBC on an app as opposed to supplying them NBC as a network? Doesn't
CBS have a service like that?
They have Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Is that CBS?
Yeah. And a lot of the shows they have there are original to there. In other words, they don't put them out on the network.
Right.
And actually, they should put them out on the network because they're really, really good shows. I mean, they have a show called 1923 with Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford that's just great. I mean,
is that right?
Yeah. And it's just on their Paramount Plus. That's it. And why they don't take those things and then say, okay, well, we put them on Paramount Plus. Why don't we put them on the network for a run? You know? Because the networks, you know, what's the sense in keeping networks going? The viewership is down. It's going less and less and less. You know, so go over to where things are being done, the internet. You know.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, so all of this is going to change. You know, if you and I came back 100 years from now, we wouldn't even know what was going on.
Well, much like me today.
Either that or none of this will be here. You know,
right?
If the Republicans keep winning, it won't be here.
No, it won't.
You know, did you like that little show they had in Washington a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, with McCarthy?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Huh? Just absolutely absurd.
Right.
A travesty. And then what I love is this story. They got to make a movie about this guy who ran for Congress out in Long Island. And won.
Oh, the guy who lied about his...
There wasn't a thing that he said that wasn't a lie.
Right.
He said he had a Jewish mother. He didn't have a Jewish mother.
He survived the Holocaust.
He had relatives that survived the Holocaust. So the mother survived the Holocaust, he said.
Right.
Yeah. And he's gay. And they're not even sure his name is really Santos. It may be something else altogether. And then he said he was gay. He was trying to get every vote he possibly could.
Right.
You know. So, I mean, that's a great story. That'd be a great movie. Guy just conned everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And it goes to prove my contention that really this democracy should not have the right for everybody to vote. You know? And I'm not saying we have to racially apportion it. I think that, you know, just you have to be intelligent enough, and you also have to know what you're voting for.
Yeah, but who makes that judgment call?
Me, because I will
Well,
have I will have the $1 billion to buy the country. Yeah. No, but I just people are so stupid. You know, I'm saying that, folks, and you're listening to me. But the public in general is stupid, and they don't deserve the right to vote, because let's say there's an issue that comes up and they have to vote on it. Do they go out and study it? No. They just go, oh, well, sound, boom, you know. They just don't do anything to get themselves up on the news and who's running and how they're running and crap like that, you know. So, anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Man, you could be a congressperson.
Yeah, yeah. So, what you're working, obviously,
Right.
at where again?
Lowe's.
Lowe's. And it's the other Home Depot, folks.
Right. It's similar.
What's the difference between Home Depot and Lowe's?
The merchandise they carry?
Really, it's just a different merchandise, or
Pretty much.
But
It's
you know,
the same stuff.
if you're going to buy a nail,
Right.
they're pretty much the same nails as Lowe's that are at Home Depot, right?
Might be a better price.
Better price on nails?
Maybe.
Maybe. But and then they carry different products than Home Depot does? Or?
Like, I'm trying to give you an example. Home Depot may carry one brand of like tools, and Lowe's may carry another brand. It just depends on which one you like.
Electric screwdrivers. Let me ask you this, since you're the expert now, having worked at Lowe's now. Electric screwdrivers. There are many different electric screwdrivers.
Oh, is that right?
You can buy a steel,
Right.
or you can buy I'm trying to think of another company that makes those kind of tools. But anyway. DeWalt, yeah. You can buy DeWalt. So, do you carry different electric screwdrivers, or do you just have one brand of electric screwdrivers?
I don't know about electric screwdrivers.
You're at the checkout counter. You should know all of this. What are you looking at?
I can't read your writing.
Politically, the Home Depot is red.
Oh, politically, Home Depot is Republican, and Lowe's is Democrat.
Have we gotten to that time in our history where we're saying Lowe's is Republican and
No, you got it
Democrat, and Home Depot is Republican? Do you know that?
Pretty much.
Do you know that for a fact, or was that person who was talking to you off camera accurate in their assessment?
Oh, she's accurate.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, she knows a lot about Lowe's.
She knows more than I do. You know.
You do checking out, right? You check people
Right.
out.
I'm a cashier.
You cashier. Does that get boring, or is that okay? Because you aren't dealing with people, which kind of makes it easier than if you were sitting somewhere stocking shelves or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting dealing with the public in this manner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I can't really joke about with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because my joking would be about them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Have you gotten into a fight with one of them?
Some guy freaked out on me.
Freaked out? Over what?
The price.
The price. He wanted it lower, he wanted it higher?
He wanted a veteran's discount, which he got, but he didn't say that at first. He just kept saying the price should be X, and the price came up Y. And then after the veteran's discount, the price was X. It's just he flipped out and didn't convey that he was a veteran at first.
Now, if I show up at Lowe's and I want the veteran's discount, do I get it? Because I spent 2 years in the Navy.
You'd have to sign up for it.
Okay, but I'd qualify for it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just after 2 years in the Navy.
Absolutely.
In fact, I served at the beginning of the Vietnam War, so I'm really a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, you would qualify.
Next thing you have to say is thank you for your service, God damn it.
Well, just you leave the goddamn it out.
Oh, okay, leave the God damn it out. Hey,
You always
listen,
say thank you for your service.
I just looked at our clock.
Oh, yeah?
We're slowly running out of time. We got about 30 seconds. Any gigs you want to plug? I always say that to comedians. Any gig?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's pretty good. No. All
No,
right.
well, what do you want me to tell you? I wish I had a gig to plug.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, why don't you sign us off here?
Okay. This has been the Ramble with Kravitz and Bennett. Bye, folks.
That's why I'm in radio and you do comedy, stand-up comedy. See you next time.
All right, Alex.
Okay,
Bye,
that's
folks.
Stephen Kravitz, folks.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. I love talking to him. Of course, I always say that, and I do. I truly mean it. And, so tonight is a Thursday. This is the night nobody ever calls. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me see here. Let me just bring these people in here. Wait a minute. I got to do a few things here that I didn't do earlier. I forget to do. It's the way I am. And here we go. Admit all. Here we go with the people that we're going to talk to on the, yeah. Here they come. They're popping right in. There's Alan to the left of me. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Mr. Nunn. Vernon Nunn is calling. And down below him is Josh Wheeler. And over to the side of that, at the bottom is Charlie Wallace. What's your shirt today? Shirt of the day.
Albert Einstein.
Just Albert Einstein, right? And of course Vernon Nunn, who of course works at the Home Depot?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course we were just talking to Steve Kravitz, who works for the competition.
Yeah, I shop at Lowe's also when I'm doing stuff for Habitat because they have an account with Habitat.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And here comes Scott Boddicker. Wow. Oh, hey, Scott. How are you? Oh, Scott hasn't got his microphone on yet.
Scott's asleep.
There's Scott.
Of course, works at the Home Depot?
I got to turn that down, too. There we go. Yeah, we're fine. Great. So, how are you all tonight? You all in fine fettle?
Yep.
We lost somebody tonight. Yeah. Lisa Marie Presley. She was
passed away.
54.
54 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I could swear, but maybe it was her mother who was at the Golden Globes.
She was. They both were.
They were both there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, she's dead. I just saw her the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have been dead 19 years ago at 54.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, didn't she have some kind of drug problems and things like that throughout the years? That, may have.
She had to. She was married to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, married only in name.
Only
Only for about 6 months.
Yeah. What?
Elvis
Only for about
rolled
6
over
months.
in his grave.
They had a couple of kids, didn't they?
No.
Adopted, maybe.
No, they didn't have any. All of Michael's kids were by that woman. What's her name? I can't even remember her name.
Oh,
Debbie
right.
Rowe. Debbie Rowe. What? Wait,
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I can't remember shit these days, and yet I came up with Debbie Rowe just like that. It's amazing to me, So, anyway. Oh, here comes Brian Neary, who does a light show before he comes on.
I know.
What do? Do you have a little thing you put on the lens? Is that it?
No. I just have my USB that goes into my work laptop. So, yeah. So I have to plug that in.
Yeah. We always like to talk about technology here because, as you know, I have to deal with it all the time.
Ooh, Boddicker, what's up, man? You what? No power?
I got lights.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Boddicker, and he's in, of course, Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas. The home of Snapple. Yeah.
And Lance Armstrong. Was that Lance Armstrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
He went to high school here anyway.
Now there is
Everybody's in the dark. I'm going in the dark too.
Yeah, you got to turn on your lights.
Jason,
turn on your lights.
I'll go turn it up brighter.
Wait a minute, what do you mean turn it up brighter? It looks like you haven't got any on at all.
Oh, they're on. See?
Yeah, but now we can't see your face because there's no light on your face.
Because I'm going to turn the lights up.
Okay, we'll do it.
And then I'll go sit back on down.
There we go.
Man, he wonders why nobody calls a show.
See, is that better?
That's much
it's
better.
brighter.
Hey, that's good. That's terrific, Jason. How you doing, Jason? Haven't seen you in a while.
I'm pretty good.
Oh, look, he's getting an Albert beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't stay up this late anymore. Not a young guy anymore.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're where again? You're in
Detroit.
Detroit. So you're what? 1 hour off of us?
No, same time.
No, you're not. You're not Eastern Daylight Time. Eastern
They
Time.
are.
Yeah.
same time zone.
Detroit. Well, I guess yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'm on the cusp of the Central Time Zone myself. You go an hour to the west of me, and you're in the Central Time Zone.
He's in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I got to go look at a map. I forget where.
Indiana's Eastern Time Zone.
Yeah. Now, I have a question. Does anybody know anybody here in the Mountain Time Zone?
Nobody lives in the Mountain Time Zone.
We never had a call from anybody from the Mountain Time Zone. I think
I used to live for a year and a half. I lived.
You have a lady that calls you from Wyoming every once in a while.
Oh, years ago.
It hasn't been that long. I've talked to her.
But I'm beginning to wonder whether the Mountain Time Zone does exist.
Wasn't that Johnny White Trash? Wasn't that one of his jokes about he lived in the Mountain Time Zone and it doesn't exist?
Oh, that's right.
He
was up in Canada, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The Mountain Time Zone, yeah.
Man, you're remembering people I can't even remember. Yeah.
And you've had people call you from Arizona before too. Sometimes it's on Mountain and sometimes it's on West.
Like I said, I lived there for a year and a half and I called you.
Oh yes, you're right. You did. Yeah. I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. They change theirs a lot. Sometimes they're on Mountain.
Wait, so you lived in Arizona and then you lived in Texas. When are you going to move to a state that anybody cares about?
Well, when I hit the lottery, I can afford to live in
Actually,
California.
it's interesting because we got two people here right now from Texas, right? Calling the show. So, and
slower, lower.
And then you got Jack, he's in Texas. Somewhere. Where is he in Texas? What city is he in?
Louisville.
Louisville? Okay.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Loserville.
It is Loserville.
You really?
Not Louisville. That's in Kentucky.
I resemble that remark.
Well, and you're wait a minute. You're in Plano, and you're in the college city, the university
Austin.
city.
State capital.
Austin. Yeah. Very nice town, by the way. Very nice town.
When I was down in Texas visiting my brother, I was looking at the license plate. I was like, man, these license plates are so plain down here. They must have been designed in Plano, Texas.
No. I got one of the old ones because I have an older car, and it's better than the plain black on white.
You know what I always remembered about the California license plate? Every 4 years, their color would change. It would revert. There was New York license plates and there were California license plates, and I think it was that the California license plates were yellow and blue, or yellow and black.
Three different types.
Wait a minute, and the New Yorks were black and yellow, and every 4 years they would change their colors in reverse, but they were always the reverse of each other. I remember that.
They've gone from when I was a kid, they were black with yellow writing.
Yes.
And then they went to white with blue writing. And I don't even know.
Blue with yellow was like
What are they now?
Blue and yellow were like 70.
Well, when I first got a car, and that was in the 1800s, I got it. I remember the license plate was black and yellow.
Mhm.
You know, and I can't, and then it would change. It would then be black. At first, it was black on yellow, then it was yellow on black. But they would reverse themselves. I don't think they changed them anymore.
You can pay for the black with the yellow writing now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like my McLaren, that's what I did. So yeah, so
Well,
but they have so many specialized plates now, it's crazy.
Down in Florida, every state, every county has their own license plates.
What?
Yeah, and you can get all kinds of weird license plates. They had license plates for the space program. They had license plates for a whole bunch of different things. Yeah, there isn't like one license plate. So, but that's Florida. Who can explain Florida? Go ahead, anybody. Explain Florida. Hey, Josh, you're the one with all the information. Explain Florida.
Won't have to for long. It's going to be underwater.
I lived there for a little while. I didn't really like it very much.
Yeah, I lived there for what was it, 3 months, I think. And I couldn't. I hated it. I just hated it. There was nothing to recommend it.
Florida is the groin of the country.
I figured at least the food might, and they had this thing called stone crabs. And every time I would eat them, the juice from the stone crabs would go on my fingers and sting my fingers. So that wasn't on my menu. Okay. You know what they do with stone crabs? This is true. This is the cruelest thing you've ever heard in your life. You get a bowl of stone crab legs, okay, and then you crack them. They give you a little mallet, and you crack them open, and then you dip them in the sauce, and you eat them, and you know they're good. But how do they get these legs? Well, they don't like chop off 2 legs, 2 claws off of a crab and then eat the rest of the crab or whatever. They cut off 1 leg and throw them back in the water.
It grows back.
And it grows back. And I'm thinking, if I were one of those crabs, man, I think, oh boy, it's a really nice day. What are you doing? What? Oh no, he's cutting my claw. Oh, my claw's gone. What am I gonna do? I don't have a claw any longer. And then they throw me back in the water, and I'm about 3 weeks later, I'm going, hey, this claw's grown back. That's pretty cool. That's wonderful.
My question is,
my crab, I'm doing a bit. My crab, my claw's grown back. This is one, wait a minute, what are you doing? You're pulling me out of the water? Wait a minute, they're cutting off. That's not a nice thing to do to a stone crab.
Over again.
My question is, how do you get him stoned?
Cocaine.
A little harder underwater.
That may have been better than my whole bit. Okay.
You have to use a water bong.
Oh, there we go. Very good.
Oh boy, yeah. But it's you know, I mean that was one of the other crazy things in Florida was the stone crab. You know.
That's just because you stopped doing coke. That's why you stopped liking Florida.
Yeah, well, I stopped doing coke at the border. You remember the story, don't you? Yeah, I took my last. I had one little blast in my bottle, and that was it. And that was the last time I did coke. And you say, well, you moved to Florida and you quit coke? You know, and I went down there. Everybody had it. It was all over the place. And I just didn't. Didn't go back to using it. I just said, that's it for me. I'm not going to do it. You know, and it wasn't that rough either. I thought it was going to be really rough.
Yeah, I stopped a lot of stuff. Cold. My problem was my friends. The friends that I hung out with did stuff, so I did stuff. When I stopped hanging out with them, I stopped doing it.
Yeah. I found that when I left California, it kind of became easier. But then I was down there, and everybody I knew where I could get coke. I mean, you're moving to Florida, and you can't find cocaine? That's ridiculous. I mean, I had one guy who was going to offer it to me, and I said, no, thanks. He's, well, say hello to my little friend. You know, I mean, I'm doing bits tonight. Isn't this wonderful? Yeah. But I mean, that state sucks. God, I hate that state. If it all winds up underwater, fine. You know? Oh, but Alex, people might drown. Yes, but they'd be Floridians.
They drowned because they deserved it.
Yeah, right. You
They
know.
broke all those crab claws.
So have you been watching this whole Santos thing? Josh, constitutionally, what can they do about Santos? Can they make him quit? Can they force him to quit? Can they pass a resolution for him to be?
I don't think there's too much there specifically constitutionally, but I think since the chambers of Congress set their own rules and different federal laws, I mean, I'm sure they have some recourse if they wanted to kick him out. You know, I think they have the right to expel members. This is the House. You know, they can expel their own members. They can refuse to seat him, I believe, which I don't think they did. He got sworn in, right? So
right.
Yep.
They passed that opportunity up. They could still expel someone. You know, they could not assign him anything that gave him any power, so they could sort of ostracize him in a way. But that's probably not enough punishment.
Well, can you imagine that anybody's even talking to this guy?
Oh, I'm sure.
You know,
yeah, I can. Right. I mean, they don't seem nothing.
Well, wait a minute.
seems to
I
really
actually
bother
saw an
them.
interview. I actually saw an interview that Matt Gaetz did with him. So people are talking.
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah, well, yeah, but look, you know something. Matt Gaetz did not want Kevin McCarthy, and neither did I. It's the first time we've agreed on anything. You know.
Yeah.
So how am I going to feel bad about him? Marjorie Taylor Greene was against McCarthy.
No.
Huh?
No.
It wasn't.
No,
Oh, she wasn't?
was for him.
Oh, she was.
It was
for him.
Bobert.
Bobert.
Yeah.
Right. Bobert, I hate. I can't stand Bobert. I'd fuck her, but I hate. You know.
Every time they showed Matt Gaetz and her, that's the same thing I was thinking.
What, you looked at her and went, she's hot, right?
Yeah, I'd say she's a terrible person.
Now, I think though, Ocasio, what was it? Ocasio-Cortez,
AOC.
AOC is sexier than Bob Bobert. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So if I had somebody to have sex with, it would be Ocasio-Cortez.
Bobert's got the glasses, though.
But, you know, I'm saying this like either of these women would have anything to do with me.
Yeah, Bobert's got a weapon, too.
Yeah.
So one thing I don't understand is how can you vote for the speaker if you're not sworn in yet?
It's one of the rules they have.
They make the
It was
rules.
one of the rules they had. The people there who were going to be sworn in could vote. Because
They were all congressmen-elect.
They were all congressmen-elect, and they could vote for that. And then once that was taken care of, they swore them in, and then they could all vote for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm
The
sure
first two things they voted on were abortion bills.
were abortion bills. You know, they
Fucking
didn't.
morons.
They didn't learn their lesson in the fall, did they?
Right. That's what made them only get 5 seats ahead of the Democrats.
Yep.
And then you're gonna sit there and try to, it's just give them all freaking guns so they can all shoot themselves in the head.
Yeah. I mean, well, the last thing you want to do is to go to that pond and fish. You know, I mean, it's just not. It was just ridiculous because the reason why they lost a lot of their elections was because of the stand those people took on abortion, and you just don't. But immediately they went for that. Why? You know.
Yeah.
But and on top of that, here's the idiocy of it all. Yeah, go for it. Now everybody's pissed off at the Republicans because they want to do away with abortion. Okay, now let's say you get it to pass in the Congress, okay, and it goes to the Senate. The Senate won't pass it. If the Senate, by some weird fate, does pass it, it goes to the president's desk where it doesn't get signed. So, what are you expecting to gain out of this? Yeah, exactly.
Dollars from the morons.
From the morons?
Yeah, the money. They'll send them money.
Yeah. But
Own the libs. That's their motto. Own the libs.
Own the libs? Yeah.
That's all they're about today.
Yeah. So they really can't do much of anything, can they, Josh? They just have to wait for him to quit.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna really pass any kind of legislation. I mean, the only thing I think that you'll see probably gets through, and it'll be a fight, will be some, spending bills, funding the government, and your omnibus packages, if they can even get one of those done, budgetary items, but that'll probably be the extent of it,
But even then, they're talking about.
I don't think you're going to see much legislation.
No,
they're even talking about cutting billions of dollars from the military, and these are the Republicans.
Only the Ukrainian support. That's what they want to cut out. Is any support for Ukraine?
Comrade.
What I can't figure out is why they don't do away with the debt ceiling law. It was passed in 1917. It was passed in 1917. They can just repeal the 1917 law that created the debt limit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then they wouldn't have anything to fight about.
Well,
so that's why why they don't get rid of it.
we are really in a state of dysfunction. I mean, you got to realize that the way the whole thing's, they are so. It used to be the Republicans, you could get them to budge on certain things and come over to our side, or we go over to their side, or whatever, right? That doesn't happen anymore. It's just like, we're this and we're that. And even if you're a Republican who thinks it's stupid, that the Republicans are taking a certain stand on something, they don't dare go against it because they won't get the kind of backing they need when they're going to run again. And these guys have to run every 2 years.
And that's because of gerrymandered districts, and they don't understand that's part of the problem. When you gerrymander a district, you have to cater to these nut jobs.
Yeah. So, yes, Jason.
So the big elephant in the room right now is with the top secret files that have been found with Biden in his 3 different locations. But you just keep on hearing the media talk about and comparing it to being the same thing as Trump. Like, why don't they sit there and compare it to be like, if you went into a sunglass hut and you're trying on sunglasses and you accidentally walked out and there's still a pair on your head, and you walk back in and said, oh shit, here you guys go, I forgot to give these back to you, versus somebody walking in with a duffel bag and putting all the shit into the duffel bag and running out, purposely trying to steal it. You're like, why doesn't the media sit there and try to put that as a comparison?
Well, I mean, it's more of a comparison though too. I mean, to begin with, Trump had over 300 documents, 25 of which were top secret. All these
compartmentalized top secret.
What's compartmentalized top secret? Is that the highest kind?
Yes. That means you could only view it in a skip.
Well, from day one, they've said that the ones that they found from Biden were the same. So, I don't want to sit there and compare that, but
what do you mean they were the same?
Was the SCI or whatever the top?
No, none of them were. They were all classified.
I swore I heard from day one that some of them were.
They were classified.
They were just plain classified, the lowest level.
Lowest level classified. No. And there were only like about no more than 12 in the first batch, more than something like 3 in the second batch, and the one they found at his home in Pennsylvania is 1. So okay, you got let's say tops 15 classified documents. All right, that's compared to that's compared to 300.
There's a huge difference though of saying, "Oh shit, we found these. Here you go. I'm giving them back to you," versus you stole these, turn them back in.
And then he doesn't, and they got to go.
Saying, no, I won't turn them back.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a big difference. Big difference.
Trump says, "Read my lips."
Yeah. Well, why are we pushing back on the media and saying, "Why don't you sit there and make that little bit of a difference there?" It's a little bit of a difference.
I mean, classified could be letters just between he and other people. The thing is that he may have taken them back to his office because he wanted to finish up working as vice president. In other words, when he was no longer vice president, he had still work to do to kind of clear the way for the next vice president. And I think probably that, I don't think it was anything insidious. Whereas I do think in the case of Trump, he was planning on selling those documents.
Yeah.
Just hopefully, if it comes out, none of it has to do anything with his son, because those Republicans are all about his kid.
Well, the other thing is that whole deal with Hunter Biden. Do we really care?
Right.
Does anybody in America care about?
What's it even matter?
If I asked somebody, if they went to me when I'd be talking to them, they go, "Well, what about Hunter Biden?" And I'd say, "Okay, what did he supposedly do?"
Well, the
they couldn't
Republicans
tell
care
you
about it because he cheated on his taxes. He got free money from other countries and stuff, and
Well,
they don't care.
Lots of people cheat on their taxes. We don't hold the president.
And then the Republicans are sitting there. Wasn't actually the Republicans' first vote was to deny money to the IRS to hire the 88,000 people because they're going to come after you about your taxes. I don't have nothing to hide on my taxes.
The IRS hardly ever goes after people on their taxes.
But they're hiring 80,000 people, so they will go after you on your taxes.
Oh,
Alex.
yeah. I have never, knock on wood, I have never been audited.
What about when you were on the list?
I wasn't audited. I was on a list.
I thought you were on Nixon's list.
I was on a Nixon list of 1,200 people to be audited by the IRS because I was,
But they didn't have enough. So if they had enough people back then.
It was an enemies list, and it was, but I never got audited. Never happened
because they didn't have enough people. So
at that time I didn't have enough money. But I've never been audited, even when I was making a lot of money. I never got audited. Did I remember? No, never did. And I guess because my accountant is very good at making sure that there are no red flags in my, thing, that we send to them, in my return. So, and there are things you can do that'll put up red flags, but he was very good at avoiding the red flags, so. And then if I did get audited, he was very good at going down when there was an audit and, minimizing everything. So that was that. Anyway, so here I am sitting in my $500 a month apartment. Yeah, it's just in case you weren't here last night, I made the big announcement that the appeals court, the appellate court that the landlord appealed to, didn't go for their case. So yeah, so we now have a $507 a month apartment.
Rent.
Yeah, the rent.
How long are you locked in for that, Alex?
Well, you're only locked in for 2 years until the next re-signing of a stabilized lease is concerned, which they can't deny you really, as long as you've been a good tenant. But 300, but then they can raise it, and they can raise it by whatever they raise the stabilized rent in general after 2 years. In this case, it'll probably be something like 4%, so I'll owe another $20 a month.
Wow, that's a steal for that apartment.
Oh, really?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, no shit, Tony.
It cost me a lot of money to get it, but,
Yeah, that's true. Though.
Now that I got it, I'm happy to brag about it,
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah. So I said this morning to Marjorie, I said, this damn landlord is not sending up any heat right now, and it's freezing in here. I mean,
We're only paying
come
$500.
on.
Come on.
No, wait,
Yeah,
no. I said, come on. We're paying $500 for heat. Come on.
You gotta bring a space heater in. My mother's have a little electric one.
Yeah.
Put a fire in the fireplaces.
Yeah,
Burn the money you save.
Actually, if I got the heat off the fireplace, it would probably cost me more than if I got an electric heater. For the wood, because that wood got really expensive after a while. So, Whatever. But you know, so I've been feeling very happy about that because I would have owed a lot of money if suddenly they had said, "Oh no, it's $2,000 a month," and I would have had to pay the difference for the last year between the 2,000 and the 500 I'd been sending them. So it's great. So now I'm going to go out and buy hookers. I don't know. So, oh, guess what? This guy's calling again tonight.
Oh no!
Yeah,
He said he was gonna do it.
Mr. Salman.
Mm-hmm. Let's just put him on and tell him to get lost. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see if he even knows how to get on. Does he even know how to get on?
I'm afraid of what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Put him on and mute him.
He probably doesn't even have a camera.
Adam, are you?
This is what,
Yes, sir.
Are you there, Adam?
How are you?
Why are you such a pain in the ass?
No, because I want to join to hear what you're understanding.
Well,
what you're
then
saying in
go
the video.
listen. Go listen to us on the internet and enjoy the program because we
Hold
don't.
on,
We don't. We
can I
don't.
put my hearing aid. I am deaf. Let me put my hearing aid.
Oh,
Just give me
he's
a
deaf
second.
too.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, no. Wait,
Well, hear this. Go fuck yourself.
Give me
What?
a second.
Hey, Alex, you know why you never trust an Adam?
Why?
1 second.
Because they make up everything.
One
Yeah.
second. Wait. I put my hearing aid. Wait.
Oh.
Hey, give him a shot, man. Maybe he's a legit.
Oh no.
What did he
Oh
say?
no. I talked to him off the air the other night. He's. You don't
What
want
did
him.
you say, sir?
What?
Yeah, I'm here now. I'm joining. But because I like to hear on Zoom instead on YouTube.
No, but you can't. You're not going to hear you on Zoom because we're going to get rid of you here.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
See, we don't even see you. Well, now he muted himself.
No, because I need to sleep because I'm gonna sleep in 10 minutes.
You're going to sleep in 10 minutes? Go to sleep right now, will you?
Adam, are you from Queens? You kind of sound like it.
Alex, I actually have college, but I already slept, so I woke up.
Where are you calling from, Adam?
No, I found you on YouTube.
Where are you calling from, Adam?
UK, London.
He sounds like a Brit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Red, Queens, what do I know?
Oh, there
Yep,
he is.
I'm in London.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you think of Prince Harry?
Yeah, what do you think of Prince Harry?
What about Meghan?
Alex, you know I subscribe to your YouTube.
Do you?
Yeah, I did. I pressed all notifications. I will tell you how many subscribers. Can I tell you how many subscribers I got?
I know how many subscribers I've got.
No, me.
He's
Me,
got-
600.
Oh, you? How many?
600.
600. Oh.
But I don't know what's the maximum of subscribe. I don't know what's the maximum.
Are you
That's
talking?
why.
Are you talking about YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I
It,
just
it,
found
can,
on
it can
YouTube.
be. It can be as much as you want. Yeah.
It could maybe because somebody hacked my Instagram once from 2020. Then my Instagram got hacked.
2028. Holy shit, this guy's from the future.
Yeah.
How old are you?
How old are you, Adam?
I'm 19.
Yeah, he seems young. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
You know, I love to join this app, but some of them, like you know, they're praying times. You know, praying.
Who's praying?
No, I found it on YouTube. People, they put some Zoom links of praying without making any sound, camera off, camera face off, no mic on.
Oh yeah. Well then, but that's what we usually do. Though we have had some of those people, and they show us porn. So what good are you?
Well, let's not encourage him.
No,
I
let's
gotta
not
sleep, I'm gonna
encourage
watch
him. Oh, well.
See, he's not a Zoom
God
bomber.
bless him.
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
I say he's not a Zoom bomber.
No, he's not a Zoom bomber. Yeah. Zoom bombers.
Like, for example, let me give you an example. Like, I found it on YouTube, so I clicked. I can't share my screen. Damn it.
You don't need to share it.
No, but I want to show you because there's so many. Like, what is this one? There's another one called Honor of God.
He's got a picture of his dog in heat.
Yeah.
No, there's another. No. There's another one. Oh, he's Asian. Damn it.
Well, this is really interesting, Adam.
No. There's one. I'm never going to subscribe. Ben.
Hey, Adam, what do you think about your new king?
What do you mean new game?
King.
King Charles.
It's really good, actually.
Oh, really?
Really?
The graphics are amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
graphics is amazing. I changed the graphics, so I just put it to more than 2.
Wait a minute.
The
Did you hear what we
Charles
said?
graphics are good.
We asked you what you think of the new King.
What King? I never heard of it.
Oh,
Charles.
King
Charles.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he knows who it is.
Do you think he still carries the torch for Diana? That's what my mother would say.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got to get on with this show, Adam. And since you have virtually nothing to contribute, I think it was very nice of me to put you on, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see you. We'll see you in maybe
Don't
say that, Scott.
Go to the intersection on Skype.
So you're gonna kick me out now?
Well, I'm not going to kick you out. I'm going to say a very nice good night to you, so we can get back to having an adult discussion here.
But some of the praying ones are serious. There's 700 people in the praying one. Oh my God, I'm not joining that.
Okay. All righty. Well, listen.
All right. Bye.
That's
no, I missed Adam. Adam, I love you. What happened?
Thank you, Adam.
Brian, you missed me. No. Brian, you just got out. You just got something to get something.
I know. Okay, call me back later. Oh, you cut him off. You're so mean, Alex.
Yeah. Well,
I was trying to practice my sign language on him.
I was nice, and I put him on to the detriment of having a good, decent adult discussion here.
Okay, well.
I mean, come on. We're going to talk to a guy who lives in England and doesn't even know who the king is?
Oh,
he's deaf.
Was he calling from England?
Yeah.
London. Man, I wonder if he has McLaren hookup. Go see the tour of the manufacturing site.
Yeah. Somebody once said to me, "Do you know the king's English?" And I said, "I hope he is." Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you laughing at? That's the oldest joke in the world.
Was it Winston Churchill? It says that our two countries, the Great Britain and the United States, share a common language or something like that. You know? Oh, that's one of our big differences is we share a common language.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Actually, I have always maintained, and if you ask any linguist, they'll say the same thing, that what they speak in England is not the same form of English that we speak here. That we understand it because it's very close, but that they, they have different words for a lot of stuff.
And they spell them funny.
Mother is mum all the time,
Vacuum is Hoover.
Huh?
But they use that in Australia too, Mum.
You don't go to the university. You go to university.
And you don't go to the hospital. You go to hospital.
You go to hospital. Yeah, I never could figure that one out. I don't understand it, but But all I'm saying is there's a slight difference.
Cars they call bonnet and all this other weird stuff.
Bonnet. Yeah.
The boot.
The
boot. Who's watching right here? Do you see who's watching the show?
Who?
My cat.
Here, Adam is calling again.
He's cleaning now. He was just staring for a little bit.
Where is he?
He's right there.
Oh.
We don't see him.
Oh yeah.
Marjorie is nudging me to get a cat.
You should.
Well, I just figure I'm not gonna. The cat's gonna live longer than I will. Okay.
So if you're dead, do you care?
So I suggested to her today. I said, why don't we get a really old cat, like a cat who's 10 years old, so we can see him go before us.
On his last legs.
Well, you got a rescue, didn't you? That's a rescue.
Yeah, that's a rescue. Okay.
How old? How old is it?
Go down to the Humane Society and get one. It's not like you rescued it from out in the street or something.
No, I know, but Marjorie says we don't get a cat, that cat will be gassed. And I'm going, I don't think, do they do that still? I mean,
is the cat Jewish?
There are certain, there's a place out in Queens, Tony, isn't there, called?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of it, and they do not
I think Bobby
euthanize animals. What?
My niece works in that area where that place is.
Yeah.
They don't kill them in that area. She works at the swimming place. It's like a
yeah. I don't know what they do with the cats.
They don't kill it.
I think they shipped them down to Mexico. The ones that they can't.
I know sometimes when we just picked her up before. But
Yeah.
They don't gas them. They just turn them into tennis rackets.
Isn't cat the other white meat?
Jack, are you there?
I thought it was the pink meat.
Wait, Jack, are you there? Huh.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Oh no.
Anyway,
His show went off good last night.
Yeah, but then it took us. He couldn't get it posted, so I had to do the whole thing for him. So.
We had to reboot, all of us.
Is he on Zoom now or still doing Skype?
Nope.
He's still doing Skype. Well,
He's an expert.
There's a reason why he's still doing Skype, because I don't want to have to teach him something new, you know? And he's been using Skype for so long, I'd rather see him just use that because he knows how to do it, you know?
Hey, and Alan, I think you were on the show the other day and you were talking about where it's replayed. It is on iTunes. I download the show every day and listen to it.
Yeah, audio only, not video.
Right.
Yeah, I knew that. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, the reason
I wondered if it was done.
Well, I'd also have him do video, but I'm sorry, I have enough problems getting him just to get audio.
Yeah.
So
I thought you just didn't do video because Alan was on it.
Well, that's one reason I thought about quitting the video.
And Mike.
I hear the
don't forget about
floods in
Mike.
Detroit.
Of course, I can always do this. Wait a minute. No, I guess I can't. Oh, here we go.
Remember
Here we go. I
Mike,
can
too.
always do this to him. You know, he looks prettier that way.
Can you connect him with Adam and put them on one call together?
Yeah, right. And Adam called back again.
Adam,
how
did you
did he
notice that Adam didn't have any? He had a picture of himself without a T-shirt on. I was expecting him to stand up or something.
Do a Phil?
It didn't look like he had any clothes on.
He didn't have a shirt for sure.
Yeah, no shirt. I
Yeah.
think he was going to start talking religion and then masturbating on the show.
Oh, well, you know, so where were we before he called?
I can't believe I missed it. Unbelievable.
You missed what?
Adam.
What do you mean you missed Adam?
He was on for 5 hours a minute. How'd you miss
You were
him?
out of the room?
And then right when I came back, Adam was on the screen and you kicked him off. Yeah. I'll call him later. Don't worry.
Oh, you'll call him later? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to try to call me, I think.
Yeah.
He told us that he came on the show because he was turned on to you, Brian.
That's great.
Yeah. And, you know, when she's old enough, Adrian could probably marry him. Anyway, I was watching a movie tonight we watched, which was kind of strange. It's called Birdie. Catherine, also known as Birdie, I think this is the name of the picture, is written and directed by Lena Dunham. And it takes place in the 12th century. And it's about this girl, you know, just trying to grow up, and, you know, her father needs money and he wants to sell her off for marriage to somebody, you know. And it was really quite a good little picture. We get a chance to see. It stars the girl who is going to star starting this Sunday in The Last of Us, which is the I guess the most anticipated show in a long time. So
I watched that second season of the White Lotus, and it was much better than the first season.
Yes, it was.
Much better. And did you watch the Golden Globes?
Yes.
Jeanette, what's that? Jennifer, what's the lady?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, Coolidge. Yeah, is she really like that? Like in real life, she was playing the character on there.
I think that she has created a persona for herself, and so when she goes to a show like that, she does the persona. I'm sure she's somewhat like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that when she goes on with the character full force, it, you know.
I've watched the first couple of episodes of The White Lotus, the second season. Do you have to read the whole entire episode, the whole entire second series?
You have to painfully go through the first one and then go to the second one.
Oh, the first one I thought was fine because I didn't have to read it.
The first one, the first one was okay. The second one, though, I thought was really good. I like the location better. You know,
I don't like to have to read TV.
Well, if you know Italian, you don't have to read it.
The Italian, yeah.
See, no habla Italian, habla español.
Yeah, but no, it's a really good show. Really good show.
You're saying they have subtitles this year, but they didn't have them last year?
No, it's subtitles for the Italian language they were speaking.
Yeah, but last year it was all in America or whatever.
Well, because it was in
English,
Hawaii,
right?
you know.
Right.
Hawaii.
Yeah. So.
It just annoys me. Like I've been watching. Crap, I forgot the name of the show, but one on Prime. What's the guy's name? Jack Ryan.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
There's a lot of subtitles in there, but that was a little more interesting. I'm willing to deal with having to read half of the show, but I don't really care for.
May I admit my age now? Marjorie and I watch all TV shows with the subtitles on.
So do I.
Yeah,
I know,
too.
and you know why? I saw an article about it. A lot of people are watching them with subtitles now because they can't understand what's being said because of the way they're mixing these TV shows. They're mixing them so they don't. They something's wrong with the mix. Okay, and especially like British shows that we watch. Like we watched this thing with that Lena Dunham directed. We had to have the subtitles because you can't understand half the things they're saying. You know. So how many here put subtitles on now?
Yeah.
See? Almost half of us. And I feel like I'm watching television in a sports bar, but what were we going to say?
I would say I guess that makes sense. Half of you do, and I'm half your age, so I don't.
Oh God! Now we got another person kidding about age. Oh God!
Where's
all
Jeff?
my fault.
What? You're only 32?
Yeah.
What? You're 42, right? 41? 42?
42.
Yeah. Well, I hope you make it to my age.
Me too.
I mean, as much as I'm fear what is coming ahead of me, I have to admit that when I see Lisa Marie Presley dying at 54, I go, yeah, I lasted pretty long.
Didn't Priscilla look like she was the one dying in the Golden Globes? My God,
She's at the Globes too.
Yeah, well, Lisa Marie was at the Golden Globes.
Yeah,
as well.
she was.
Yeah,
she was at the Elvis table. Looked like with
Priscilla.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Elvis could possibly even win a nomination. Have you seen this thing?
I didn't see it. My sister liked it.
It's ghastly.
Was it?
I
good?
liked it.
Baz Luhrmann is just so over the top, and he's so
I liked it. I just don't like the actor now because I'm just stuck with this Elvis accent now. It's just like you're such a pretentious little.
He's a pretentious little prick because that voice, that accent is not his.
Right.
It is kind of strange though because some actors I have known. They play a role, and until the next role comes along, they kind of are that role. It's strange. I interviewed Peter Boyle after he did Young Frankenstein, and he came into my apartment and he sat in a chair he was just the embodiment of the monster. Okay, and the next time I met him. I'd interviewed him previously to that when he did a picture called Joe about a guy from New York,
Yeah, I saw.
and he had that accent then. So every time he got a character, he would stay in it till the next character came along. So that could be what the problem is with this kid. He may not just be pretentious, although I'm betting on pretentious. Yes.
Did you ever talk to that person about like some type of an intelligent conversation do they have any type of intelligence, or is that all they know is just to act?
Well, actors, I'll be with you in a second there.
No problem.
Sorry.
Actors are sponges, okay? An actor is taking people's, observing people, and then creating those people as a part, okay? And I think that that's what happens, you know. They're not. I was having dinner one night with some guy who was friends with Robert De Niro, and I was saying that actors in general are stupid. They're not particularly bright. All right, they're savants. They do one thing great. They act, you know, and they react. I said, but they're not too bright. And my wife said to me at the time, I think maybe it was Ronnie or it was Susan, said, well, so-and-so's best friend is Robert De Niro. And he looked right back at me and said, Bob is the stupidest guy you'll ever meet.
Wow.
You know, it somehow the ability to act doesn't come from a certain place of intelligence, but it does come from being able to recreate people and observe people and be them. And that's their talent, you know. Nobody asked them to be smart. Yeah, so. Yes. Oh, yes, Alan.
Oh, yeah. So Jason, not only did Jason become ageist on this thing and talk about his age, but he's also anti-Semitic when he was talking about gassing the cats. They said they're the Jewish cats.
Yep.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
I got yelled at for that stuff, so.
But that doesn't make you any better.
I don't feel any better.
Yeah. I'm amazed, that you said that, Jason. And I didn't catch it.
I thought I was on mute because nobody responded.
Well, I laughed a little bit. I went, oh.
Oh, did you laugh? Really? Really?
I went like, oh, or something.
Yeah, well, all you Texans are
I got the replay. Look at it.
all you Texans are anti-Semitic, okay? So.
Definitely did not laugh.
Huh? You definitely didn't laugh?
Nope.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
So do I.
that. Yeah. I mean, there are things that bother Charlie a great deal, and he just keeps his mouth shut, right, Charlie?
Yep. Bite my tongue.
Bite your tongue, yeah. Anything on the show tonight that bothered you at all? Yeah.
Well, just the Jewish joke.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah.
I think Adam was kind of entertaining, though.
Adam was entertaining?
Yeah, I liked him, yeah.
Boy, have you lowered the bar for entertainment.
Shit.
You know.
Later on, we're going to find out.
Just
he
like
was
watching
really from
Congress on
Kentucky.
C-SPAN.
Tony and him are going to become pen pals.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, Tony, you're all through with your radiation?
Yep, I was done last Friday, and then I wait about another week and a half, and I go in for that seed in the office.
And how'd they say you did? They give you a glowing review?
Yeah, they said everything went fine. You know, actually, you know what I noticed, Alex? I told Shecky this. I was going to tell you this too. Is that now the only side effect I had was like sometimes I would pee a little more at night, but now I noticed this last couple of days it hasn't been that bad at all, really. So
wait till you get the seeds.
Oh, really?
All I know is my urologist stuck his finger up my ass, and I don't think, hey, YouTube, don't demonetize me for that, because that's what urologists do.
You're right, Alex. That's a crazy job they have for doing that all day. He went up when he gave me the test, like, I was like, how do you do that? How much you think
but did he do what mine did? Hand you flowers?
No, he told me just let it be. I said, dude, I feel like I'm getting raped.
But
or both his hands on your shoulders.
But there's something wrong with that, Tony?
I went and had the seeds, and then about a year later, I was in seeing my urologist, and he did the finger thing.
Yeah.
And he said,
it's just my finger.
Oh, your prostate is flat now, but it's how it's supposed to be after the seeds. So you're going to have a flat prostate.
Well, he told me mine was nice and smooth when he went up the last time, and then
because all you've had,
everything this guy told me, Brian, was I went the other way with. Really,
all you've had is the radiation so
the
far.
light radiation.
You
I
haven't
feel pretty good though.
You haven't had the seeds.
Yeah.
And the
you
seeds.
think I'll go to the bathroom after that, Alex?
Huh?
I
think you'll find you'll have a few problems. I don't have them anymore.
You're gonna need diapers for a while.
Yeah.
Adam, if you're watching, please call in, please. I think I'd rather talk to Adam than flat me whatever he's talking about.
So Tony, did you have to get the tattoos and stuff done for the radiation?
I have it here. Yeah,
I have two little tattoos too.
I can't do it. But
the special little form-fitting seat too and everything for you to sit in.
Well, yeah, they map you out and all. It was actually pretty easy. I hope you never have to go through it. It was the biopsy that was the worst, to tell you the truth.
You bet.
Biopsy was a breeze for me, but you know.
I can't believe it was good for you.
No problem. You know.
My sister came in after I was done. I was in tears. He did so good, Tony.
You're right, Brian. We should bring Adam back out.
Yeah, you should. My sister's ready to run in the room.
Well, yeah, we only got 3 minutes left. I mean, we may as well talk about our prostates. You know. See, you don't appreciate any of this, Jason, because once you get to be our age and you have dinner with a friend your age, the first thing you're going to talk about is, oh, my prostate's killing me, or you know, I've got this wrong with me, or I've got that wrong with me, or how many doctors are you seeing? You know.
I know. I'm like you now, Alex. I mirrored your life in Phil's.
You know, I'll tell you what I had to do the other day. I was supposed to have my every 6-month appointment with the neurologist. The reason is he needs to make money every 6 months, and that's okay by me.
Payment.
All right. So, but I had to turn it down because I got up that morning. I was going to get order up a lift and go over to Mount Sinai, and I turn on the TV, and the reporters are all out in front of Mount Sinai. The nurses are on strike.
Yeah. Well, everybody.
Now, my father, who was pure union, man, he was a real union guy. He was a musicians union, but he was a union guy.
Cross the line.
He was a union guy. He says, "Do never cross a picket line."
Really?
So I wasn't going to go up there and cross a picket line. You know, and I had to call him up and say I'm not coming because I'm, you know, I can't cross a picket line. And she went, fine. You know, it'll probably be over in a month. Here, I'll give you another date. But you know, I remember my father saying that. You know, and
so just for information, the finger up there is called the digital rectal exam.
Yeah, DRE. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it has nothing to do with computers, though. We should let people know that.
I don't know where they came up with the name.
Because digital is a finger.
Digits.
I got that part, but it's stupid. Why don't they just call it the finger rectal exam then? It's
because digital sounds more scientific.
Rolls off the tongue.
It's better than analog.
Josh, this isn't exactly the show you signed up for tonight, is it?
Or anal log.
That's the way it goes. Well, anyway, so we're slowly running out of time. But you know, everything went right tonight. Nothing screwed up on me. So let's hope the whole process continues once we're off. But I'll start playing the theme here. Why don't I do that? There we go. You know, Adam is still sitting there waiting in the waiting room. Hey, thank you so much, Alan, for being here tonight. We appreciate it. Josh, always like you being here. You know, even if you say a lot or you don't say anything, you're a great presence on the show. Charlie Wallace. Oh my God, what can I say about you, Charlie, that hasn't already been said? I don't know what that meant at all. Vernon Nunn, thank you. Works Habitat for the Humanity and works at Home Depot. So here's to nails. And also Scott Boddicker, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Brian, very nice to see you. Glad you didn't meet up with Adam. I thought you two would get along.
I got the playback radio though when the show's over.
Oh, okay, fine. Jason, good to see you. We don't see you that often, but when we do, it's always a pleasure. And of course, Tony. Tony. What can I say about Tony? I give him nothing but glowing reviews. Yeah. Anyway, everybody, a big wave goodbye from you would be a bit nice kind of thing to do, and I'll give you a big wave goodbye here. There we go. There goes our citizen panel for tonight. And it was a good one. It was a nice little time we had here. Jack Bishop is next. He's going to be doing the intersection. You can call him at Skype at Gabnet Live is the place to call on Skype for those people who know how to use Skype. Easily we will see you again tomorrow night, right here, same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her. Okay. Bye bye, everybody.